Acts 2. Emma, read that little heading above the 2.
The coming of the Holy Spirit.
The coming of the Holy Spirit. Okay. Yes, cloth over that cross at the front of our church. Do you know what that might represent after reading our story today?
The disciples.
The fire that was on the disciples, and what was that fire?
The Holy Spirit.
It was the Holy Spirit descending upon the
So
disciples.
that's why we were talking about a lot of bloody stuff.
Yes, we were talking about fire, weren't we? That's right. And so that's what that means, is the fire of the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit lives within each one of us today, too, as believers.
That's why there's a lot of red in here.
Yes.
When the day of Pentecost had come, the disciples were all together in one place. And suddenly from heaven there came a sound like the rush of a violent wind, and it filled the entire house where they were sitting. Tongues of fire appeared among them, and fire rested on each of them. All the disciples were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other languages as the Spirit gave them the ability. The day of Pentecost had came, which means the Holy Spirit came with the violent winds down, and it came tongues of fire flying on their heads, and they were pointing at each other in amazement.